morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome back to the Untold Archives.
Hey everybody, it is session 8 of the Bronze Kingdom Carnarium, and we had a pretty exciting session last time, big fights inside the party and outside the party. So let's cover quickly what we did last week, and then we will get started. But first, I must ask, are you nerds ready to play some D&D?
Here.
Woo! Woo!
Woo! That was not a very realistic woo, but I'll allow it.
We have to wait till the end.
Yeah, Ghosty?
I felt like my woo was pretty realistic, and all right.
We should one
makes a
day
woo not
coordinate
realistic?
between us to really uproar levels of excitement after that,
Yes,
but not till DM.
love that idea.
love
I'll
surprises.
talk with
I
you
love
after session. I love this.
I just have to go. You guys can just stop.
Yeah, you have to leave. You have to leave the
You know I'm
building.
paranoid. I'm gonna leave the screen, but I'm gonna be standing there and
Staring at him.
Danny's not
Danny
gonna be
blinked
watching
twice.
you.
I am bad at keeping secrets. She will get this out of me.
Correct.
So we won't tell Danny. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
no.
the plan.
With my idea.
All right, nerds, let's do this. We started off last week with Anariel having second thoughts about her betrayal. She realized that after her first kingdom was destroyed by her actions, that maybe she shouldn't destroy another with her actions. And she went to Finn's limp body and drug him through the portal, only to find herself surrounded by a bunch of choking friends, one of which, Oleg, charging his brother despite the fact that he could not breathe. So a fight ensued. Ken obviously went to help him and teleported towards a group of people in the distance who were also brought then into the fight. There was a little bit of creepy imp action. There were some creepy humanoid women with large club arms, and then a sorceress who had scars all over her face, all of them seemingly joyful and almost celebrating this encounter. Eventually, you were all collared one by one until just Anariel was standing, and the sorceress promised that she would not kill you if you gave up and got into the cart. Anariel agreed to this. Once the collars were on, you guys were able to breathe, and you are in the cage. Once you're in the cage, you were beginning to be the large women put the harnesses back on and started pulling you towards the single structure that you can see in this hellish landscape. And so that is where you're going. Along the way, we heard a prayer whispered by Gael, which incited a bit of rage in Anariel at hearing the goddess's name that Gael was praying to. And Ken punched Anariel in the face.
That's right.
Yep. Which, I mean, she did betray you and then come help you.
Not my proudest moment.
I think we're all that.
But you know what? It started with betrayal. And then help me. So it's understandable, Ken. I
It was
understand
earned.
it.
It was an earned punch.
I see what happened.
It's just
Mario then tries to bite Ken, ends up biting Gael instead. Gael is basically bleeding out on the ground, down to 6 HP. Anariel is now grappled and thrashing against Oleg, who has her just in a vice grip, and her tiny elven body is thrashing against his huge orcish form. And that is where we left off. Oh no, that's not where we left off. As Anariel is thrashing, she hears the words in her head from her patron, "What the fuck are you doing here?" That is where we left off. All right.
Correct.
Anariel, you have just heard your patron's voice. Thrashing.
Oleg would suddenly feel Anariel's struggling body just stop, and everybody just sees her look to her left and just kind of stare off. Where is here? How are you? Are you here? A
moment of silence as you can almost feel your patron's fingers drumming as he thinks for a moment. How did you get here?
I was doing a just standard mission like any other time, and then we were captured and we got sent here, and then they put these collars on us and we can't use magic.
Fuck.
I can't use anything. I don't know where we're going.
You were captured and you are collared?
Yes.
Fuck. He's uneasy right now. He's very nervous. I'll see if I can get you out of this. Just stay fucking alive. And his voice is gone from your mind.
Oh my god, did I break her? Is she... Oi, snap out of it!
Let go. Let go. Let go.
Fucking John.
We might be in danger.
I mean,
Other than the other hellish escape shit.
Glad you finally came to your senses.
I know you don't owe me anything. But Fuck, I don't even know how to say this. If someone comes here to save us, don't tell them I was trying to kill them.
I feel like you're gonna need to be slightly more specific on that one.
Or
Okay.
less specific so that we just don't know at all.
That whole thing that happened with Malakar didn't happen.
If someone comes to rescue us, hold on, wait. Are you not mad?
There's more things to be mad about than you hitting me.
Right. Now look at me. I'm gonna let you go now, but I swear if you try to bite any of us, hit any of us, insult our deity of choice or whatever, I'll probably grapple you again. We good?
But I can scratch people?
Yeah, whatever. I'll let you go.
And she gets up and sits next to Resh and Finn.
Ken will just sit back down. Very confused.
Nario has like this 1,000-yard stare.
Anariel, when she speaks to her patron, speaks out loud. So you would have heard what she said, just not what her patron said.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I thought you were always muttering. You said in your backstory.
I mutter after he's talked to me, like, you know,
okay.
like
Okay.
general.
Like ran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So yeah, nobody heard anything.
Okay.
Very good.
Right, so before the whole outburst thing, we were kind of going over, where we are. None of us have any idea. Obviously, we need to figure out how to get back. That was it, sort of as far as my plan. It was kind of an open-ended plan. It was like, yeah, we need to get back. And then I thought you guys were going to be like, oh, Oleg, I know exactly the plan to get us back.
I don't think any of us have been here before.
And I think that when we first got here, we were soundly beaten.
I mean, I feel like they got a few good licks in, we got a few good licks in, soundly beaten. I don't know what was happening on your side of the battlefield, but felt like it was a pretty even fight.
Ken's just going to look at everybody and just hope in his eyes that they don't tell him what happened on the other side of the battlefield.
I went swimmingly. I really just put my all into it, honestly.
Yeah, he really did. He really did. Who are you?
Frost. Pleasure to meet you. Part of the Horde Knights. I'm similar to
Finn
Finn.
looks at you now. You were on rotation with the others. What happened?
Dead. All 5 of them. They got behind us, ambushed us. They were tortured and killed. Took me over to the spire. And then here I am. Not without a good beating myself.
I'm sorry you were brought into this.
Not a matter of being brought in. Just doing what I have to do to keep the ward safe.
You're met with a dedicated nod by Finn, who is still actively bleeding from his carved chest, by the way. Just
Fantastic. Wonderful.
I don't think there's
can't help
anything we
him.
can do to help.
None of us can
Magic
do.
is-
well, no, that's fine. Just so you have
Can
the
I
visual
bandage
in your
him?
head. If you have supplies,
That's a big old nope.
he remains bleeding.
And stick some playing cards over the wounds.
I know, is it like tinderbox, perhaps?
Can we do anything with 1,000 ballberries?
Yeah,
Is that-
fuck on a hempen rope.
Jesus.
Fucked on a hempen rope.
Yeah.
Is there anybody outside of the main group in this?
Yes, there are 2 people in your carriage. There is a creature who you're not quite familiar with that would seem pretty alien to you. You've never seen anything like it before. Instead of a nose, it has slits for a nose and large eyes. Its skin is kind of a gray-green, and it has hard plates on its body that almost look like turtle shells. And then there is... and that creature is like just sitting quietly bent over on one of the seats. And then passed out on the floor, you see a large bugbear.
Oh, not going near that. You there? Do you know where we are?
You see large eyes blinking at you. Well, I think that we're here for the festivities.
Right, the spectacle that the old woman was talking about. Yes, but where is this?
Let's see if this person knows. I don't know. We're sent each 100 years or so. We choose some to go, but I don't know where they are sent.
That's just
Are
wonderful,
you-
isn't it?
You weren't captured, you were given up?
It's part of a deal that we made many years ago. We must send some
Every 100 years, though, you said.
or so. Everybody can
Oh.
make a general intelligence roll for me.
9.
Oh, 14.
Question.
That one.
A 10.
20.
13.
All
Oh,
right. Frost, you would know that this creature, having not seen them before, you would know that they're likely extraplanar, that they're from some other plane of existence, and that time is entirely relevant to the plane that they are on. So 100 years for them could literally be a day for you. So there's really no way to calculate it if you don't know what plane that they're from.
Right, so where did you say you were from? Did you say?
I did not. I am from an island of of my people.
Where might this
Right.
island be?
What was that?
Where might this island be?
Well, I don't suppose you've heard of it in the Sioux Wares. It's an archipelago.
Huh.
You'd be correct. I wouldn't know where that one is.
I mean, so you're telling me that your people have a deal where every 100 years or so they send people over here, but you don't know what here is? You just were the unlucky one who got volunteered?
Yes.
Well, that is shit luck, friend.
Do you know what happens in the festivities?
We train our lives to fight for the festivities if we are chosen.
Tits. This feels like pretty much exactly as fucked up as we suspected it was gonna be.
Indeed. Seems like that.
Final question. How many do your people, when they frequently go here, I don't suppose they ever come back, right?
No.
Yep. That fucking figures.
Who did your people make this deal to?
Why, with Lord Raktos.
And what was the deal of it? Like, you send people, what do you get back? Like,
We do not get destroyed.
It's kind of a good deal.
it's a great deal.
Yeah, you make that deal every time, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Torres, I didn't get your name.
Duke, sir.
Juke, sir. I hope that we do not meet each other on the field of some sort of horrible battle in the days to come.
Me as well.
Is your friend, is he alive?
I believe so. He was in the wagon when I arrived, but he does appear to be breathing.
He smells kind of dead, is what I was asking.
And if you look at him, he is quite matted. He's a bugbear, but he's not a very well-kept bugbear. He's looking like he's rolled around in mud, maybe willingly, hard to say.
Would any of us know who a Raktos is?
You can make give me an intelligence roll.
My best feature.
Nat 20.
A 3.
7.
Anybody else?
I don't want to know.
There's
Because if it's-
a discussion in chat about a particularly name of the entity and what that probably means for us, and people are feeling a bit nervous about it.
Sometimes you have
scared.
high highs and low lows, and sometimes you roll a 20 and followed it by a 1. It's fine,
Yeah. I don't want to know.
Unfortunately, Gael knows. With a nat 20, and it makes sense because you are very religious, Gael, as a cleric. And you know from your studies that Raktos is a lord of demons. He's known as the Lord of Riots. And he has a thirst for blood, a thirst for entertainment. And this is not a good thing if he is running these games. An insatiable hunger for blood.
I think as Gael is sitting on the floor with her hand on her neck. She's trying to get herself up to a seating position. And I think she'll kind of look around at everybody and say, so we might be in trouble. I think we already knew that, but from my studies, this is the demon lord of riots, and very much likes to be entertained with lots of blood. And so I feel as though we might be participating in some sort of gladiatorial spectatorship.
Oh, this is great.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna take a nap before we get there. I need all the rest I can get.
That's why he was nervous.
Well, certainly not ideal. It'll be interesting to see the rules of the tournament. Hopefully we can fight together. A united front would be much better than one-on-one.
Agreed.
Would us as Ward Knights, we would probably have not like familiarity with specific demons, but we would understand that like generally demons and devils and the likes
Are
like the fact that a demon can't be reasoned with in the same way that like a devil can. Like, a devil will make like shitty deals with you, but like a demon just wants just like suffering.
yes, yeah. Generally, you would know that the devils are the lawful ones, and demons are the
Okay.
chaotic ones. Yes,
Finn knows that.
Finn knows that.
Okay.
Much as knowing what we're
Ross
heading
would know it.
towards is important. And we can't really plan out a manner of escape until after we get to wherever the hell we're going. We do need to have an idea of what to do if we do escape.
Yeah. I was thinking about it a little because the colors are sort of a problem, right? Like we can't really operate effectively with them on, but we can't really breathe with them off.
Well, yes, there's that. I was more so thinking, your brother got here. How did he leave?
I mean, I was face down in the dirt at that point. I feel like I would not be able to speak to it, but so I didn't catch like the tail end of that fight. Were any of you still standing?
Yeah, why?
So did you see where that shithole left?
Oh, yeah, he walked in that direction. She'll point.
Okay, at the very least, we have a direction.
He looked
Yeah, I
fucked
mean-
up, though. If that makes you feel better.
Yeah, it doesn't. Thank you for asking. It does not make me feel better.
He had a bracelet, I think, that stopped. It's like our necklaces, but I guess better for him. Maybe we, I don't know, try to get
I
rid
mean,
of
I
his
don't know what
bracelet.
he's been up to these last several years, but he's not a magical sort. He's not even a tricky sort, really.
Right.
It seems to me that unless he has some sort of aid that would help him escape, that he's here as well.
Okay, so as it stands, we have no idea where we're going. We do know that we are possibly about to face gladiatorial fights in the name of this Rakdos. But we need to be able to get these collars off. But first, we need to find these bracelets or whatever jewelry they use to allow them to breathe the air here, so that when we get the collars off, we'll still be able to function. And then we need to find a way to head the same direction that Oleg's brother went.
Sergok.
Turgok.
Oleg's brother walked towards the single standing building, so which is where you guys are headed as well. He's just a little ways in front of you.
Oh, he went the same direction already. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So
the way you described it, this is like the only notable land feature. Like you scan across the horizon,
There's
this
only
thing
one
is the only
structure.
thing you see.
Yeah. And you are moving steadily towards this structure. And as you get a little bit closer, you can see that it is a large rounded building, almost like a coliseum or a stadium. The walls are really tall, so it's difficult to say for sure, but it looks as though it doesn't have a roof. It looks like it's an open air stadium. On the outside now, you're close enough to see hundreds of figures kind of just moving around outside, people milling about. You do notice above that there is a storm that feels unnatural. The lightning is red and it's pretty consistently raging just over the top of this stadium.
Huh. Well, I feel like the best news that we've heard all day is that where we are going is the same place that shithole Surgok is going.
that's good news for you, Oleg, but
I mean, yes, but he's also clearly a sort of high up figure within Malakot. We could catch him, we could torture the shit out of him, he could give us information, we could keep torturing him. I mean, we could keep that going for like days.
Maybe not.
Oleg, maybe
Our characters were just in the cart being transported, and they're drawing close to the one standing building, which appears to be some type of black brick structure that is just massive. It's huge and it's round. From the outside, it would be similar to what you would know as like an arena or a coliseum. You are drawing close now.
Oleg, I think I can really understand the need to kill your brother right now. I think you recognize that, yes? It's a common thing we share right now.
Yeah, I mean, they are undoubtedly douchebags, but
maybe until we can figure out a way out of here, we both put those feelings of retribution and betrayal behind us for a moment and revisit them later at a time where we are more equipped to deal with them.
I feel like that is easy for you to say, given that your betrayer is not standing in front of you.
I recognize that, and that's why I was very unwilling to say anything, but I don't think we can escape this place without everyone being here and making the attempt together. And
It seems to me, though, that little bracelet on his wrist may be one of our best chances of getting out of here.
And if that's the case, I will gladly go to battle with you to help slay him. You have my word and my honor on that. But if getting Gael, getting you all to safety means not his death, but some other obstacle we have to overcome, I need your word that you'll focus on it. And once we're out of here, I will personally help you in hunting down your brother.
Yeah, fine.
Thank you.
And Frost, I'm so glad I don't have a brother. Jesus.
Family drama seems quite the pain. Us run deep
Yeah.
in this group.
I mean, we have bad luck with brothers. It's sort of a unifying thing here.
Yeah, really helps you grow close to somebody very quickly.
Yep. Really puts things into perspective.
I believe they call it trauma bonding.
Right.
Interesting. Wow. There's a name for it. That's delightful.
Yeah. I mean, maybe one of the prime differences, though, is that your brother has yet to do the horrible thing to you. Right? Like, he has turncoated and he is a shit and he likely needs to be executed for his crimes, but he has not done anything yet. Not really. I just mean there's still time to prevent the horrible thing he's going to do to us.
I suppose there's a silver lining in everything. Or like,
With that line, you are now within the outskirts of like the mingling people, and you're drawing close enough that you can see what you're headed towards is kind of an open air marketplace. And there's different stalls and different vendors. You see a large wooden platform. People are calling out to each other. You see all manner of creatures. You see imps and you see small demons and you see elves and you see some humans. You see a group of drow that are so beautiful and so perfect that it's actually almost painful to look at. And when you look at them, Ken, you almost get a little bit motion sick because your eyes see them differently. You, with one eye, see this perfect beauty with your original eye, and with the other one you see so many tiny tweaks, things that have been altered so slightly that it would be hard to recognize. And so you looking at them is a little disconcerting for you because it's so similar but different. It almost gives you motion sickness. You see almost like insectoid creatures, things that you can't begin to imagine where these creatures came from. And it is just a group of people that are all kind of smiling and happy, looking forward to some upcoming event. You also see other people in cages, other various life forms in cages. Some you recognize, some you don't. And you see people being led up onto the wooden platform and being bet on and auctioned off. And that is where your wagon is heading, is up towards this platform.
oh, fuck. Do I
Yeah.
see like a smaller child that I could Scrooge at?
There's no children in the crowd, but there are
Okay.
plenty of imps that are child-sized.
Perfect. I want to yell at one of them. Be like, where are we?
He tilts his smiling head, and again in that kind of jerky fashion, a smile that's all teeth. You're in the Carnarium now. And he skips away.
Delightful. Children.
Quite the
Fucking
joyous
hate
fellow.
kids.
Do we see the selling block?
Yes, you do.
I think for the moment we might need to figure out how to stay together. I think we're about to be sold.
Right, so maybe offer up some sort of like package deal, like buy now, clearance
get
or
one
something.
Price.
Buy
Very
one, get
least-
one free.
Rush can hide under one of our cloaks.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm not gonna get
Yeah.
not that expensive. I don't think.
Are you the free
Oh.
one?
Yeah,
no.
I think so.
Rush,
Half-
don't. A half.
50% off, I think.
50%
Rush,
off.
Rush,
You
don't,
order
don't
now.
sell yourself short.
It's a toy.
I hate you guys.
As you look in the crowd, you see there are only probably a half dozen to a dozen people who are actually buying. The rest of the crowd is kind of just milling about the marketplace and kind of checking out the people who are up on the stage.
So you're saying the people that are buying are there?
Yeah.
Is there anyone in the crowd that Gael might see that she might be able to use her ladyish charms on to entice them to buy us as a group? Is there anybody she sees that she can?
The people that you see buying, you see kind of a collection. You see there's some large insectoid creatures that are buying that almost look grasshopper-esque. They have these huge eyes, huge and round, and these mandibles that are kind of chittering, not really speaking in a language that you would recognize. You see there is a female tiefling who is kind of a deep red, has a serious face and a large scar across her face. You notice that there is a male elf who looks almost bored. He's got kind of longer blondish hair, and you notice as he sits with weight on one hip, propping his hand under his chin, that one of his hands is blackened, almost like charred.
I think she'll probably see the elf, and he looks bored. So she's like, maybe I can promise him a good show. And yoo-hoo! Trying to 10. Just give
you
me
can see that he flicks his eyes up at you and tips his head. He slowly walks towards you. You can see as he's moving towards you, he moves with confidence, and he has easily steps around the crowd, and they almost kind of part for him as he's moving through the crowd to you. He's in all black, head to toe, a finely tailored outfit, and leans in and looks at you with kind of piercing blue eyes. Right.
Well, you seemed a little bored over there, and I thought perhaps we could talk about making things more exciting.
And what do you have to offer me?
Well, pointing to everybody inside, looking all beat up and tore up, I can assure you that this group here, we can put on a show.
He looks you kind of up and down and kind of draws his brows together.
We don't look like much, but look at the state of it. And she's like kind of pointing out everybody's like black eyes and busted lips and like torn clothes. We didn't look like that before we showed up here. There was a bit of a tussle, and yet here we all are.
A bit of a tussle.
Right. But it was interesting.
I do like it interesting. Make a persuasion check.
Oh!
Can I give her advantage if Rush is in the back flexing like this?
I don't know if Rush flexing is gonna be.
Could I give advantage by coming up next to her and kind of like leaning on the cage towards him, because I'm the best looking out of the group right now.
You are the best looking out of the group right now. Everyone else is messed
Can I
up.
give disadvantage if I start to dance?
Do I get advantage on that one? Do I get advantage?
Anariel, what are you gonna say?
I'm still
Oh god.
flexing. Yeah.
You know,
Form right here.
like she said, we're a lot more than this, and as you can see, you know, I'm clearly not hurt. I put up the best show out of all of us here.
She does. It's quite impressive.
You should see the other guys.
Yeah, I'm super fast.
As you say, you should see the other guys. His eyes flick to the people who clearly caught you and captured you.
Full glare at
I
him.
believe I'm looking at them.
Not the ones that we killed.
So many.
I'm so fast.
Make your persuasion check.
I'm so burned.
I got
sweating visibly.
A 19.
a 19.
Why did no one tell
Alright.
me not to flex for so long?
Rush, you're about to pass out.
Moving on ring.
Breathe.
Jesus, man, just buy us. Come on.
She said,
You've piqued my interest.
Yep,
Love.
that was on me.
I'll see what I can do. And he turns and he walks away.
Thank you.
"Ooh, smart thinking, Gaia."
Thank you.
Yeah, good job, Rush. Yeah,
Rush,
Great
why?
job, buddy.
Why?
give me a moment.
Oh, okay. Okay. Just and she kind of fluffs her skirt like over him so you can't see him anymore. She's like hiding.
Oh, God.
Wow.
As you are now, your wagon is jostling and comes to a halt as the two hulking women stop right near the stage, and the back door opens and the sorceress, with her gaping, open cheek smile, comes to look at you. Who wants to go first?
Gaia looks at Frost.
I
You
look at
feel
Frost too.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Rush,
No,
sit down.
Rush, sit down.
The skirt pushes his head down.
Yeah, they don't want it.
Frost, if you don't want to go first, I will.
What about me?
Finn's quite the looker. Why don't we send him?
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah, look at me.
Come along, my dear. And she
Uh,
reaches out kind of a withered elderly hand.
Ken looks at Gael. No matter what happens, find me.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
And he'll go with her.
All right, you are led up onto stage, and your armor is pulled off of your body. Your sword, they try and take your sword from you, but your sword cannot be parted from your body. So they eventually give up, knowing that you're collared and that if they have to, they will just shock you to death. So, but you are stripped of your armor, and they are kind of like poking you with a stick, like poking your biceps and poking your abs, and just giving the people, showing them what you're made of. And as you do this, Gael the elf looks at you and kind of raises a brow in question.
And she gives me yes.
Yeah, he bids on you, Ken. There's a bit of a bidding war, but you are bought by the elf.
Do I get my shit back?
Nope.
Fuck. All right, well, I have a 13 armor class now. Let's go.
Damn.
Let's go. It is.
All
You can see that they kind of like shuffle it into a pile and put it on a cart.
I clock the cart. Am I led away somewhere, or do I have to go sit next to the elf guy?
You are led down the stairs and into a separate cage.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
One by one, you are pulled out. Each time, kind of the same thing. Your armor is pulled from your body. You're poked and prodded. Each time the eyebrow gets raised at Gael, each time someone's pulled out. Do you nod for the other two, the bugbear and the?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So he will buy all of you. Oleg, as you are led up onto stage and your armor is pulled off your body and falls to the stage, your friends now, for the first time, seeing a bear,
Nude form.
a bear, first time seeing any nudity. The first time seeing your broad, bare, green chest. And when they look at it from the cage that they are in, they will see long, scarred, the word Kore carved into Oleg's chest. Do you look at them or do you look away?
I look at the person who bought us with contempt, as Brother Frost should have as well. knowing that we do not consort with the aberration, the abomination, or the fiend. It's in the manual, Frost. And so I'm being as uncooperative as possible without getting myself murdered.
You can see the elf almost looks amused at your defiance. A small smirk on his face. And again, the eyebrow gets raised at Gael.
Like, never mind.
And he will buy you, and your armor is again put on the same cart as everybody else's, and you are brought into the cage with everyone else.
So we're all here now.
You're all together in a new cage.
Okay. Well, I did that part. Anybody have any ideas for next part? What's planned?
Where's the elf, dude?
He's still in the crowd.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like the plan for the next part is sort of clear, right?
Maybe I'm not seeing quite. Just a rundown so that we're all on the same understanding.
I mean, if I'm understanding the situation correctly, which I believe I am, the next part is going to be extremely violent, and those of us that survive that will probably be subjected to more horrific extreme violence and so on and so forth. And then if any of us are left standing at the end of it, I think then we sort of explore the plan of like, how do we get out of here?
Gael, what Oleg's trying to say is that the next part of the plan is to survive.
Okay, I didn't know if we had a formal plan. Were we trying to escape en route?
No, I mean we didn't like say it out loud, so that's on us. But no, I mean I feel like I imagine we have to fight some of the other ones who were recently acquired.
Right.
Can I try to reach out to my patron and see if he answers?
Yes, what are you saying?
Do you have a plan anytime soon, or?
Survive the first fight. I can't do anything to help you. Do not embarrass me.
And she'll just ignore it and turn to the group.
Okay.
There's gonna be one fight to begin with, obviously. I guess my contact's not gonna help us, like I thought.
Wait a minute, your contact. I feel like this is fairly new information, talking openly about your patron.
Yeah, I've never mentioned it to anybody.
Yeah. Let's back up a titch, because I feel like you owe us some truth at this point. Why else would we trust you?
I mean, you don't have to. What do you want to know, Oleg?
Well, first of all, who the fuck who's your contact in this horrible... We all said we don't know where we are, and yet you have a contact in this place.
Huh.
It seems pretty fucking suspicious. I don't feel like I can be the only one uncomfortable with this.
So, contact is a loose word here. I joined Malachar to deal with the vampire issue. My contact is that vampire issue. My patron turned me.
Ooh.
And he's here for some reason.
So is this like a convention for assholes?
Yeah, sounds like it.
It is the biggest coincidence that 3 members of this group are in some way entangled with opposition.
Yeah, that is kind of strange and oddly coincidental.
I had a nickel.
If I had a nickel.
Yeah, I don't suppose that vampire's your brother.
No.
Well,
There's no
Yes.
chance. No. Okay. Well, me
No,
and
he killed my
me and
family.
Oleg will be asking a lot about people's brothers
You
in
just
the
cannot
future, just so
trust them.
everyone's
Must
aware.
be some form of PTSD. Must have been awful. Whatever happened.
Are you a mind healer, Frost?
Oh, just making assumptions. Context.
Okay, you just
clues,
talk
that
like
sort of thing.
one. It's just I don't know you, so
Oddly familiar.
Okay, so Nara, your patron cannot help us.
He says that we have to survive the first fight, and I better not embarrass him. So
So we can't use magic.
Yep.
We have been stripped of a majority of our weapons and armor. We are going to be pitted against other captors in a battle with no outside help. Okay.
The elf was standing near you, and he looks at you with almost like a cat-like smile. You have summed it up correctly.
Oh, good. And what might your name be?
I'm glad you asked. My name is Alistair Stryx. No doubt you've heard of me.
Can I roll a history check?
Yeah.
Roll a history check.
Yup, I'll take that.
Hey, Alistair, did you can get my bracers back? They're
Nat
repaired.
20.
Hey, 15.
What was yours, Ghosty?
5?
4, yeah,
21.
I would
All
like
right.
to make him think I know who he is.
A 10.
Unfortunately for all of you, even with a nat 20, you have not heard of him.
4. That's an important,
even with a nat 20, you have not heard of him.
an important tenet of the character. Fun Easter egg. This is my first character.
Oh, fun! So when we kill him, it's really like we're killing you.
That's okay.
Okay, good,
okay.
good. Yeah, I'll just say no.
Yep, most of my state.
Yeah. Thank you for buying us, though. That was awfully. That's honestly the kindest thing anyone has done for us in this world.
You can see that he has, as you watch him, his expressions, he has the face of an actor. You see him moves through the crowd. Each moment, a different emotion could mask his face. And he kind of knows when to pull them and when to use them. And again, you notice as he kind of speaks with his hands that he has just this one dark, blackened, charred hand. Although otherwise it seems completely usable. It's still has freedom of movement and everything. And he would be a pretty handsome elf, other than there's a slight hollowness to his eyes, almost in apathy of someone who has just seen too much to continue caring about things.
But thank you, nonetheless. Where do we go from here?
You'll be brought to my lounge for the evening. Your fights won't be until tomorrow. I suppose I should allow you to clean yourselves up.
Go ahead.
Anything we anything we should know? We want to make an interesting show. Perhaps knowing what we're heading into might help us strategize.
He kind of tuts a bit at you and give away the surprise.
Even the smallest could potentially add some intrigue. No?
He does love intrigue. I'll think on it.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
He seems almost like, as you're speaking to him, he seems not used to speaking with people. Seems as though like he has spent a long time amongst the imps and amongst the devils and the demons. And he's almost treating you guys like a curiosity, like, do I still remember how to speak to people?
So we have a dinner party tonight, and we bring him back to humanity, and he helps us escape. Let's go.
Gael has a plan.
Yep.
Gael has a plan, everyone.
That's good.
Listen.
I'll see what I can do as far as allowing you to clean yourselves up. It does make for better entertainment if you are in peak condition.
Absolutely. So smart.
Will we get our armor back?
Yeah.
I will tell you this, for the fights, you will have it.
Oh, good.
And of our weapons?
I know not if you'll be given your weapons or if you will be sent to find them amongst the ruin.
Wonderful.
Okay.
His eyes flick between you and Finn, looking at the freshly marked chest versus the scarred. I'm sure there's an interesting story here.
Even in my most desperate state, I would not stoop so low as to consort with you, fiend. And I spit on the ground.
He gives you a bored eye roll. If only powerful demons had moral objections to preying upon foolish and drunk 22-year-olds, what a different life I would have lived.
You seem to be doing just fine for yourself here.
You make an insight check.
12.
You notice a slight pause before he replies, but you can't really read much into it. Do not judge, knight. You do not know one day the hold someone may have on your soul.
It wasn't your fault, and demons and devils and vampires do what they want.
He looks to you now, making an insight check of his own. Nat one.
Witness me!
Witness me.
Indeed. They do what they want, and we are their pretty little pawns. Well, I'll have you sent up. I'll have food delivered. Do your best to get some rest, although I can't say that you will be comfortable.
Would you mind sending some bandages for him?
It will be done.
Thank you.
And he turns to go and walk away.
Okay.
You see him speaking with the woman who initially collared you, something that is kind of small, looks almost gray, like slate stone colored, about just the size of just something small that would fit in your hand, exchanges. And he kind of waves his fingers over it, and there's a kind of an arcane pulse. And you notice that your collars kind of tug you in a direction. The person who is outside your gate, noticing the blinking color on your collars, opens up the door, and they almost are dragging you if you choose not to walk along with your collars.
Gael goes. She doesn't fight.
Oh, yeah. Ross will walk with it.
Mm-hmm.
My
Ken struggles for a moment, but then goes.
okay. Your feet, your heels, your toes are kind of dragging forward on the ground before you eventually give in to walking. And your collars lead you through kind of a back room amongst other groups who are also collared and seem to be sitting in various areas. And some of them are in really bad condition. Some of them are just kind of stowed away for the time being. Some of them, it appears their collars even prevent them from sitting down, that they are just kind of standing against a wall waiting. And you, as your collars kind of lead you up a spiraling staircase and into what is no longer a back hallway for kind of the help. Instead, you have a kind of lavish hallway that is dimly lit with kind of a pulsing red stone of light, and everything is obsidian. You see obsidian floors, obsidian walls, and you're led into a room that has a cage in the middle of the room, and there is a bar wrapping one side. There's a few patrons in here right now, but most people you assume are still outside in the marketplace. Your cages or your collars lead you into this cage in the center of the room, and it's a really elegant room. One wall is fully glass, the other is just this shining black obsidian. The floor is black obsidian tiles, and there are various sconces on the wall with the same red stone that's kind of emitting this ruddy red light. And it's all very, very well maintained. You can see that this is a place that likely the lower levels are not going to get up here. This seems like it would be almost like the box seats for the people in the stadiums.
Frost is going to walk in, and as he sort of takes in his surroundings, he will head towards the wall and place his back against it and sit down so that way he can see the front door and tries to get to some level of comfort.
Perfect. Once you guys are, by the way, within this new cage, the collars no longer lead you. You have freedom of movement again.
I think Gael might kind of walk around, taking in just the surrounding, the other prisoners in there, maybe trying to see if anybody looked friendly or somebody stands out that we should avoid. Can I make allies?
In this cage, it was actually empty before you got there, so it's only your group plus the bugbear and the turtle-esque creature that you convinced him to buy with you.
I guess she'll kind of just start looking around the room, just taking in the environment.
Okay, you see that there is a hobgoblin who is behind the bar. He is in a well-tailored outfit, and he is kind of doing the traditional barkeeper, cleaning glasses, wiping down, getting everything ready for this evening's festivities. You see there's a few imps running along that are doing some last-minute tasks. They seem to be busy running from place to place. And then a few people that are just kind of sitting, loitering, chatting with each other. You see that there is in the corner, someone just came through the doors who is kind of almost looking around looking for someone. You can see that she is a purple tiefling that you see coming through.
I think Gael's gonna, I guess, stand as close to whatever's going on without being conspicuous and just kind of meander, move slowly, see if she can pick up anything.
Okay. People are kind of going about their tasks. The only one who doesn't seem sure of their task is the female purple tiefling who just walked in. And you can see she is, once she kind of looks around the room, she walks over to the bartender and leans over to ask him a question. And he kind of points in a direction, and that's where she heads.
Oh. Yeah, she's just gonna meander, not doing anything specifically, just.
Anybody else doing anything in this wait time in your cage?
Just as a test, because I didn't, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but I'm going to attempt to use a point of my lay on hands.
All right, as you put your hand on yourself to try and heal, you see a glowing red pulse of your collar, and nothing happens.
It's worth a try.
Ken's gonna lay down and try to go to sleep.
All right.
I'm gonna go up to Anario. How are you doing? I just want to let you know, I didn't think for a second that you betrayed us. I knew you would come back.
Finn kind of smiles. Well, she did betray us, but she's also back.
I'm sorry, Rush. I should have told you everything sooner. I was just scared.
You're fine. I just didn't want to pressure you into saying something you weren't comfortable with. That's why whenever I'd ask, I just let it drop because you didn't seem comfortable with it. But now that it's out, nothing's changed. I still view you as you. I'm glad you're here with us.
It's glad to be back. Hopefully we can get out of this shit.
Yeah, hopefully we can also get back to Torn.
Before there's a war, who knows?
Finn stands up and kind of walks over towards Oleg and kind of sits down next to him. Is Frost around there too?
I think Frost would have picked a spot sort of along the back wall so he can watch sort of the whole room, see who's coming in, who's going, who's in the room.
Oleg, would
who's
you
not.
put yourself near him, or where would you be standing?
Honestly, like, probably just sitting and stewing on the fact that I had an opportunity to kill Sergok and I just couldn't get it done. And probably thinking about my plan to focus on that.
Finn will kind of slide down next to you. How are you?
I kind of motion to our surroundings.
He gives you a nod, but still somehow has like some tip of a smile on his face.
So, we match now.
Yeah, that fucking hurts.
Yeah. That doesn't go away.
Why didn't you tell me?
About be more specific.
He kind of
Sorry, it's been a sort of an off day for me.
kind of gestures to your scars. Was it him?
Yeah, it was him. I mean, you range north enough, you know what it means. Not just the words, but what it means.
I know what it means.
Suppose I would just remember the old ways well enough to be ashamed by it.
If there's shame in keeping people safe, then I'm a fucking guard dog. Call me a pet.
Yeah. Only I didn't keep mine safe.
There's only so much we can do. You've seen him. You were young. You weren't even a ward knight yet.
It's true. I've carried this a long time, and I'll carry it still, but it does feel good knowing that our brothers will be avenged soon.
Will they?
I'm not leaving this place till they are.
You'll have me by your side.
I put a hand on his shoulder.
I know you probably saw Nariel bite Gael. Try not to kill her. We're gonna need her help to get through this.
Thing of it is, I don't spend the same amount of time north of the wards as you do. I don't have as much experience consulting with monsters. So you'll
Monster.
forgive me if I don't welcome her in with open arms.
That's not what I asked. I asked you not to kill her. She's not the monster. The monster's the one who turned her. The monsters are the people who do this, and he gestures to his chest. They're the monsters. Try and remember that. And he walks away and gives you a minute to think. Anyone else chatting?
Gael's gonna trance. She's gonna go find a place near Ken and sit down and trance.
All right.
Anaria will also try to sleep for the first time in a long time.
All right. You have a few hours of time when there's some hustle and bustle of like people just going about their tasks, getting stuff ready. So it's not a very peaceful sleep. At some point, one of the imps brings bandages for Finn and for whoever else needs them after your incident. And this is a time period where you're able to finally get a long rest in. So go ahead and check your long rest, everybody.
Vermint. What happened to my hit points?
What
Where
happened?
did it go? Where did all of your hit points go? We left off with our characters getting a long rest as they are waiting in this cage. You would assume, based on the hours, that the sun would have set while you were there, but there was not a sun as you noticed outside. It was just kind of this eerie red glow coming from nowhere. And so you would assume that it was now approaching evening time. And as you are slowly cracking your eyes, you see that the area around you is starting to fill up a little bit more. The bar is becoming a little bit more popular. And as the night progresses, this becomes really quite a popular location. People are drinking. You can see that there are people on the bar who are just snorting lines of black powder off of the bar itself. You can see that there's various revelry, there's some dancing, there's music. This is like a full party that is happening around you. People will come up and speak to each other, pointing at you in the cage, come up and look to you and then go to the bar. You are kind of like a piece of the many parts of entertainment. You notice also that the purple tiefling from earlier is once again in the room. She now has you wouldn't even necessarily know that her skin was purple other than the fact that you saw her before, because now she's covered in body paint. Her long blonde hair is now braided around her horns. So her horns are kind of concealed. She has curling ram horns that are now curling braids. And she is doing a contortionist act for various patrons. Anything you're doing or anyone you're looking for?
Did
I will.
Ken went to go lay down? Did he lay down close to like the bars, or was he in the middle?
It would have been like not directly, like far away from enough from the bars where people couldn't like reach in and do anything to him, but not directly in the middle. But this is after our long rest, right?
Yes. Yep.
Perfect. And Ken's awake. If he's seeing this contortionist lady doing these things, nah, he wouldn't do anything like that. So he will just sit up and turn to Gael, wait for her trance to be done, and just look at her and... How are you holding up?
Well, I suppose better than we could be. What's the plan, Ken? Are we gonna try to run before the arena? Are we gonna try to make it through the fight and come back? And she's kind of saying it like lower because they're out in public, but
You know, that was really good thinking. Persuading that man to buy us. I wouldn't have thought of that. That was spectacular.
diplomacy's kind of my forte. So at least we're all together for the time being. So
Gael, I don't have a plan.
okay. Okay.
Can't guarantee your safety in this place. And I am so sorry.
Ken, we have to focus. We can have this whole conversation once we're out of here and once we're safe. But for now, I need you to help me here and to focus. What is the best strategy we have to go, Ken?
We survived the first fight. And once that is accomplished, we survive the next one.
Pretty good idea.
Yeah, Gael cannot really look at you right now. Okay.
I'm not trying to be smart, Gael.
Oh no, of course.
I don't know where we are. I don't know what sort of magics work here. I don't know the structure, the political landscape. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Gael, are there still people around the bar?
There, yeah, it's full. Everybody's full.
She goes to look for a friendly, persuadable face.
All right, so make a perception check for me.
I need you to understand that I shit you not.
How is this happening?
I swear to God,
tonight?
I found her dice. Like, I don't know why these are her dice, but these ones are hers. I'm gonna do it
Are
again.
those the ones I got you?
The black and red one.
Yeah.
Osalums.
As you are looking out, you can't help but have your eye drawn to the contortionist just because it's crazy what she's doing right now. She's perched on her forearms and her feet are tucked over, touching the ground in front of her face. And she has a long purple tail, as tieflings do. and she flips to her feet and pulls her back up so that she is once again standing. There's various applause going on. You see that one of the drow with the overly perfect features approaches her and kind of tries to lay his hand on her hip. And you see a moment of quickly covered annoyance on her face, but she plasters on a smile. And with a nat 20, you notice that as she's kind of like leaning into him, that her tail is reaching around into his pocket and has grabbed something out of his pocket before she blows him a kiss and walks up to the bar.
Gael will be impressed and then try to angle herself so that when she does look up, she'll see like Gael like looking at her to make contact and be like,
she, I guess, raises a brow at you, and she orders a drink, and once she gets her drink, kind of saunters over to you.
well, good evening. I just have to say you look marvelous, and the bit of acrobatics that you can do, that's impressive.
Thank you. I'm very talented. Mama and Papa always said that I was like the most talented that they've ever seen.
Oh, I mean, well, they were right. I saw your other trick, and I very much
Oh, she gives you a conspiratorial smile.
yes. No. So, what what is this place? Like, where are we?
Oh, in the Carnarium, or like what
Well,
are...
right, but what plane is that on?
Oh, this is not a plane in itself. This is like an interplanar space where like he has created like his own little pocket dimension. I get hired regularly to come and perform.
Oh, so you're not, of course, well, I mean, look at you. Of course you don't stay here. I suppose, is that travel quite difficult to leave the Carnarium and back? Is traffic horrible, or what does that look like?
She kind of laughs at your very thinly veiled question. You can see that she, although she is a performer, she has like very keen eyes. She sees what you're doing. We travel, most of us here, by gate scroll, but we're not allowed to keep them until after the festivities. So we are all stuck here, as you say.
Oh my goodness, that sounds horrendous. Where does one keep their scroll? Is there a
So
baggage claim?
we hand it over when we get here. You will say maybe a little concierge.
Yeah, right. I'm sure they're little funny hats. But I mean, is that a far walk from here? There wasn't very much.
My darling, I don't know if you know this, but there's very little chance that you're getting out of here. You know?
Just trying to have a conversation. You're quite an interesting person. I love the tone. It's so beautiful. I mean, not much else to do.
She kind of looks you up and down. It really is a shame, though, because you are very pretty.
Okay. So let's just say, what if, I don't know, something crazy could happen, and
We love crazy things.
we love crazy things. It's always so impromptu with this group. But if we were to I don't know, hang out, I enjoy our talks. Where might we catch you? In what direction could I run towards to catch you?
If you're looking at, and she kind of leans in, if you're looking at getting out of here, what are you going to do about the collars?
Listen, I feel as though I have the brain cell at the current moment, and I'm gonna spread it around, but I'm just trying to, one step at a time. Unless, I mean, you look quite knowledgeable. I mean, do you know something about these collars? They're horrible. They clash and chafe.
I'm not a magician, I'm sorry. I am only a performer.
Oh, of course. Do you know how someone does take them off?
I have not seen them come off. It usually is on them, and then they fight, and then they are on the bodies, and then later the colors are no longer on the bodies. But I do not stick around. I don't see the fights. I'm up here in the boxes for the shows.
Of course, absolutely. What was your name?
And she kind of gives a dramatic bow as she spreads out, and it is a performer's bow. Haberdash Fiddleif at your service, but you may call me Dash.
Dash, beautiful. I mean, befitting. Oh my goodness, that was a Ken. Did you see this? And she
Ken is just standing behind you and like, just like, these hands don't discriminate. He's still concerned for your safety, whoever you're flirting with.
It's like, oh goodness. Oh, Ken, I've just made us a new friend. This is Dash. She's quite the quite impressive. No, she was just telling me about
your little boyfriend is here with you too. It is a shame though, because on account of you being about to be dead.
No.
No. Okay. Also, you're telling me that you're both single. So like.
Ken blushes and turns.
Wait a minute. She grabs you. Yes, no, he is. He very much is. But Ken, when Dash was telling us about the scrolls, the gate scrolls that she uses to leave.
I like scrolls.
Yeah. Okay.
Scrolls.
You're pretty.
Oh. Okay.
You're very pretty too. Not as pretty as her, if we're just looking at you both, but like.
Yeah.
No, I have more performing to do with.
I watch.
What is?
Cool, good.
So nice to meet
She,
you.
her tail, you can see, is kind of flicking behind her like a pleased cat.
Ken, are you okay?
Yeah. Yep.
Quite interesting.
Here.
I've seen you around women, but this is.
She was pretty.
I'm still here, but thank you. It's true. I am very pretty.
Ken just takes out a sword and starts doing like practice maneuvers.
Are you just trying to distract yourself or trying to?
Yeah, just myself.
Okay.
Just myself.
Sounds
No.
good.
He tried to get Oleg to join him. Like, come on, let's.
We want you to. I'm like half naked here.
I'm.
Yes, but you still look very good. You should be practicing with him too, please.
You heard the lady practice.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay,
She looks at Finn. Could you be practicing too, perhaps?
Finn, get up.
I feel like this is getting kind of weird.
She now looks to Gael now that the boys are doing whatever they're doing. And again, kind of a conspiratorial smile here. And she slips through the bars a few vials of the black powder that people have been kind of snorting off the bars. In case you need like a little boost for your fights tomorrow.
Oh, okay. And she puts them away.
In case you need it.
Oh, thank you, Dash. This is so very kind. What is it?
It'll perk you right up if you're feeling a little down.
Oh, what do we do? Just sprinkle this on ourselves.
No, you're going to want to, and she like gestures to the bar where you see one of the drow just like ripping a fat line off the bar.
Huh. Okay. No, Dash, thank you. So kind. Oh gosh. I mean, perhaps you should come and watch us, cheer us, and bring us some good luck.
I don't like the blood though.
Yeah, no, I see.
And like it would, now I know you, it would be really a shame to like see you with your insides on your outsides. It would be like, I would be affected by that, I think. So I think I would maybe not be watching the fights.
Oh, no, of course. No.
But, I mean, not that you boys are not very strong and absolutely very impressive, and no doubt we'll see victory tomorrow. So
You're strong and impressive.
Yeah, honestly, normally under other circumstances, I would feel so good about this sort of like impromptu battle, but I don't know, it feels kind of fucked up.
Oh yes, it's very fucked up. You're absolutely correct about that. You're gonna see some fucked up shit tomorrow, guys.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Do you know of what we might see?
It's different every time, so I couldn't possibly. Sometimes there is like lava burning people. Sometimes you have to like trend like run across different obstacles and like not get eaten by things, various monsters from different planes. You never really know. But
I mean, not that we could trust a word out of your poisoned mouth.
Hey,
you want to see how poisoned my mouth is, big boy.
hey, no, and she's like hovering like Oleg's face, like, no, no. He's a funny one. This one. Oh, he has a sense of humor. This one does.
She has not stopped smiling.
And then Oleg just, she brought us a gift, but no, but maybe I'm not going to tell you that.
And you can see her eyes dart to where now Alistair has entered, and she looks at him and she's like, "I have to go, but good luck tomorrow. Do not die. Maybe I find you later if you live."
Oh, it's so sweet. Oh my goodness, she's a peach. Oh yes.
Gives you kisses and walks away to Alistair.
Oh. Ken, what is wrong with you?
I have no idea. I am not well.
She gave us things that we're supposed to put inside of our nose. She said it's a boost or a pick-me-up, perhaps. And she's like trying to
like drugs. Okay.
Would
she's
it
gonna like stealthily sneak in there.
just a long shot? But I will ask because we've confiscated any of the ward knights because we've confiscated magical items and paraphernalia off of the many extraplanar entities that we've slain. Have we ever encountered this?
My ward knights can roll an Arcana check.
She kind of just holds it out.
Finn, get rolling.
Okay, you're right. Finn will roll.
Finn gets to roll.
Be nice.
That's a 9.
Finn does not.
Nope, I don't know either.
Nope.
We don't.
Wow.
We don't.
Find out.
Let's go.
From
Here's
something in
powder.
the palace.
It looks almost like gunpowder.
Palace.
I can't think of a way that you would know in the palace.
That's fair. That's fair. Finn's distracted.
Found some in the recruit storms once. You thought it was soot.
Gael like reaches up and closes Ken's mouth. Okay, I'm just going to hang on to. I'm not sure what you're doing over here. I'm gonna, and she just kind of walks over to where maybe Alistair was. Maybe.
So Alistair just entered through the door, so he's still in like the crowd of people. You guys are kind of sequestered in your cage in the middle, so you can still see him. He and Dash are kind of talking to each other, and you can see that it is a friendly conversation. That they, you're not sure. He has an actor's face, so you're not sure, but it feels genuine that they are happy to see each other.
She'll just watch.
Put a disappointed hand on Ken's shoulder and just shake my. Bro.
No, that was just.
I mean, you're better than that, or no, you're
No,
better
I
than that.
could have said so many other things other
I
than
mean, any other thing. If you would have said literally anything else,
anything else to just put my best foot forward, and I don't know what it is.
No, I mean, we've seen a lot of fucked up things since coming to this place, and that was at the top.
That was yeah,
That was
I'm
right up
not,
there, hard to look at.
not my proudest moment. Look, if we ever do get a chance to confront Torin, I have your word you won't mention that.
I mean, I'm gonna try my best to forget it.
I feel like someone's
Perfect.
talking about me.
Perfect.
Kim
Okay.
probably did something embarrassing.
Yeah. I just mean, you show up better tomorrow, right? Right. Put on a better performance when it comes to the killing and the mayhem. Just wherever Ken that was, do not bring him tomorrow.
Yeah. I will,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I will.
Tuck that Ken away, smother him with a pillow.
Yep,
Yeah.
I will drive my sword deep into his heart.
That a boy.
Mhm. Yes. So how you doing, buddy?
Oh, me. I mean, I've been better, really.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I feel that. Right.
Kind of wish. I feel so fucked up that we're having all these conversations and we're just like standing around naked too.
We have nothing. We have nothing
Is-
right now. We are at the winds of time.
Demeaning, right? And I don't wear a ton under my armor because it sort of inhibits my
Mhm. I mean,
movement.
you have an impressive physique. And
Right, I mean-
I would not be embarrassed about that.
No, I mean it's not that. I just feel like everybody's staring at my dangly bits.
You have pants on.
Yeah, but
With
there's
pants on?
there's a
Thank
very
God.
distinct form factor that you can see when the light hits it at the right. There's some shadowing going on.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
you can
Yep,
see
up
that.
close, it's just so right in your face. Almost literally, you're a tall man.
Right. I mean, yeah, I feel bad for Rush. He's like staring up
Oh.
at my ball sack the entire time.
He's exactly waist height for me, and I try not to be near him right now.
Yeah, I just
Everyone can make a perception check as these two are having this weird conversation.
I don't know that I want to make a perception check. I feel a bit like a bird in a cage.
Oh,
I got a
you can
3.
see it.
how
see it.
veiny is it?
18.
Oh my
my
god.
God.
TOS, please.
I was talking about his biceps.
I only heard Sky's roll.
I got a 3.
12.
I got a 21.
17.
Okay, so Gael and Frost and Anariel, as you are watching the elf that you now know as Alistair speaking with Dash, a different drow comes up and whispers in his ear, and you see a flash of like genuine surprise followed by anger like you have never seen, followed by the actor's facade of blank nothingness over his face.
Ooh.
You can see Dash sees it too, and she kind of tilts her head, and you can't hear their conversation from where you're standing, but he says something to her and walks away, and she kind of watches after him for a second, a bit of concern on her face, and then goes back to her performance.
I think Gael's just gonna watch to see where they go.
Dash goes into the center of the room to perform again, and Alistair goes to the bar and he orders a drink. The bartender comes to him right away. Amongst all the other patrons, he sees him coming and he makes sure that he has a drink. As soon as he does, his voice kind of projects above the roaring crowd. Despite the anger, his voice again is the performer's voice. He is the host of this party. Everyone make sure that your bets are in. The betting is going to be closing shortly. Make sure that your bets are in. And he turns back and lets everyone go back to their nights. And he kind of slumps over, is swirling this whiskey-colored alcohol in a glass as he kind of stares and thinks. Anyone doing anything, or are we progressing the night?
I don't think Ken and I noticed it because we were talking about our PPs.
You would have heard him make the announcement at least about betting.
Okay, excellent.
I don't think Frost would do anything with that information other than just note down the expression. And then the person who walked up to him and told him.
Rush is probably just sitting there thinking that he might have to kill someone again tomorrow.
Oh.
Yikes.
Baby boy.
Betty regrets coming with us.
You just stay with Torn. Sorry.
I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, we can move on.
Jesus.
As the night is progressing, Anariel, one more time, you hear your patron's voice in your head. I can feel you, but I can't see you. Where are you?
I'm in some kind of bar almost. We're in the middle of the room in a cage.
That's not enough.
There's an
Okay.
elf man named Alistair. You
Alistair.
probably haven't heard of him.
Unfortunately, I have.
Oh.
And you feel irritation run through you. Tell me he's not the one who purchased you.
He purchased all of us.
Well, my pet. This may be... And he takes a breath. You have not... Your patron is confident. Your patron, at least to you, you do not get to see a vulnerable side to your patron. And he is as unsure as you have ever seen him. Do you know who owns his soul? I will not be able to get you out of this.
Figures.
A
So
pulse of
what?
anger.
I just have to fight and die? That's it?
I wish I could tell you that you could win. You could win the first round, and you will. I know you. You all may not survive, but you will, because you are mine. But no matter how many rounds you win, the last round, you will be fighting against him. You will be fighting against the Lord of Riots, and you will not win that fight. And I cannot save you, because that is who owns Alistair's soul, and that is who bought you today.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Well, I guess this is goodbye, man. And then she just she pulls out her letter from Kaylin and just sits there staring at it.
All right. The party progresses. People in and out. You can see Dash kind of working the room throughout the night. And eventually, the room is relatively empty, except for a few stragglers. The bar is cleared, except for a few imps. And Alistair now approaches from the shadows. He walks up to you, Gael, as you were the one who spoke with him before. Did you mean what you said? Do you think you can survive?
I assure you that we will try our absolute hardest.
That is not what I asked. Do you think you can survive?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Good. Because you're going to need to if we're going to get out of here.
Oh.
Survive. Survive tomorrow.
Yes, of course. Absolutely.
And you can see his jaw kind of clenches with his barely withheld anger. And he begins to turn to walk away.
Any advice? You said something about a surprise, but seeing as how our goal is the same.
I do not know who you'll be facing, but I'll ensure that you don't go first.
And there will be weapons.
There will be weapons.
Okay. And can she insight check to see if she I don't know, believed it?
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, he seems pretty genuine. It seems like the mask that he keeps on for most of the crowd, he almost doesn't seem to bother applying it.
I'll call a group meeting. Please, can we speak closer?
Frost will.
The room,
No.
Alistair has walked out, and the room is empty now. So you guys have.
I mean, we're all butt naked in a 6x6 cell. I feel like we can't get closer.
Got
Hey,
pants. Be at
We're
least
not
got pants.
naked, Oleg. There's just much more of you than everybody else. So it gives the proportion.
Rush. Oh
Okay,
my
me
god, my
too.
eyes are up here, Rush.
Don't forget
Eyes
about
are up
me.
here.
I'm naked too, says Finn, but he's joking clearly by his face.
Did try to forget there's lots of nakedness. Oh, it's not. No, we're not. We're not naked. This is not nudity. But okay. Well, keep your distance, and she will kind of explain her interaction and say, I mean, I felt as though he were truthful about us leaving. I don't know what that means, but do you think he could be a prisoner here as well?
I know who he sold his soul to,
Oh,
and I don't think we're gonna leave here alive because of that.
I'm sorry. What?
You know, when he was talking about the devil he sold his soul to, devil demon,
Right.
he sold it to Rakdos,
Oh, that's.
and that's who we have to fight in the end. No matter how many rounds we win, that's where we end up.
Well, he did say just to survive this next round. I wonder if there's. I don't know. Maybe we don't have to fight until the end. Maybe we just need to get through one day.
Or maybe this is just some sort of fucked up game. Maybe he gives you hope because it's funnier than when he yanks it out from under you. You cannot seriously be trusting the.
I'm not trusting anybody, Oleg. I am trying to do something while we sit here and not just wait for death. I mean, even if he didn't say that, I would still have hope.
I'm just saying, before we go believe in the sub story of Alistair, whatever the fuck his name is, we should be aware of where we are and who he consorts with.
Right. But if there's a possibility, Oleg, there's a possibility that this could mean us leaving. I think sometimes a little compassion isn't a horrible thing.
I'd look to get a pulse check on Frost.
He's not showing much of any emotion. In his head, there are two things to this. There is survival. He's got names to mark into stone. He's going to try to get out of this no matter what it takes. But as far as what she said, there's not much of anything to discern at the moment.
Oh, is that? I mean, will we try?
I mean, if he is like whether we trust him or not, which we most certainly should not be, the plan remains the same for tomorrow.
Is that the one where we just survive?
That's the one where we kill them before they kill us.
Okay, spectacular.
Yep.
To be fair, Gael, that plan does align with yours at the moment.
No,
I
this
mean,
is
effectively, they're the same plan, really.
the same plan, quite literally. But say that when we do execute our first plan. I feel like the second might be pretty quickly in motion, and I'd like for us to at least all be on the agreement that if it does happen, that we are either going to give it a shot or we're going to come back and try something else. Just, I don't know how fast-paced these things go.
I won't trust him, but I'll give it a shot.
You know what I mean? I feel like maybe those of us who make it out of tomorrow, we can vote on it or something.
Well, we're all gonna make it, Oleg. We're all gonna make it. So let's
Right.
vote now, and then we'll know. All in favor of attempting escape with the purchaser of ourselves? Nobody. Okay.
You see Finn raises his hand.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize we're
Reluctantly raise
actually raising our hands. My bad.
I was like, man, everybody really held firm.
Finn
Right, I was
looks
like-
at Oleg. We can deal with the elf, but if he can get us out of here, this is our chance.
Trust not the word of the abomination, brother. They are guileful.
I don't see a lot of non-abominations trying to get us out of this cage.
Quite
That's
frankly, if it
Their
means to
words
keep
good point.
breathing, I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
So, whenever the time comes, we're all in agreement that we will try to escape. Correct. Okay. Lovely. Anybody want? And she pulls drugs out. Our friend Ash, she gave me these vials and said that if we sniff them through our nostrils, that it will boost or pep us up.
Anari will take one.
We might need it in the arena.
Have I ever seen it before?
Nope. The only people who potentially would have are people who deal with like interplanar entities. So only the Ward Knights would have potentially seen it.
Sure.
I feel like I just have
Drugs
to
are bad
keep
for you, no.
sort of making the same speech, and normally I'm not like anti-drug, but I feel like you just shouldn't take strange powders from a demonic being in a literal hellscape and just snort them.
Honestly, when in hell, why not live a little Oleg?
Oh,
You can't be a stiff all the time.
Oleg.
Ken, he just
Inclined
called the
to-
girl a hellish being. Wow.
I'm
I mean,
inclined to
that is
trust
an
Oleg.
accurate description. She's a tiefling in hell.
I cannot look at Gael. I'm inclined to agree with Oleg on this one. I don't think that it's safe for us to ingest.
I did watch other people do it. They were right
watched-
there.
Yeah,
on
what
watch.
sort of people did you watch snorting that? Decent folk, nice ones.
They were sitting and
Yeah.
Were they extraplanar apparitions? What?
don't know. Okay, she
Okay.
brought us a gift, and you
Yes.
were about to do backflips for her. So I'm just trying to share what maybe, I don't know, could help us survive with your goo goo eyes.
Just because she's pretty does not mean she's not evil.
True facts.
True fact. You remember that, chat. Take note.
Regardless of my inability to talk to women.
I mean, it was just that one.
Yeah, you talked to Anario and you talked to me. I've seen you talked to Queen.
That's totally
That's-
different.
that's-
Totally
that's-
different.
That's different. That's very different. Gael, I think of you as a sister, and I'm not entirely sure that Anariel even thinks of me as a person at this
Yeah,
point.
more like a snack.
I wasn't going to say a snack. I was referencing an earlier conversation It doesn't matter. Look, I'm still charged with your safety, so I would just like to warn you against utilization of substances we don't know the effects of, especially in a situation as dire as this one. I'm not saying
No.
don't do it. I'm saying maybe really, really think about it.
So that was a no for me.
Well,
Rush?
Yeah, you can't have them, Rush.
like a smidgen, the tiniest little.
No.
How many bottles were you given,
Hey,
Gael?
Rush, I'll shadow with
I
you.
don't know how many bottles. 3 vials.
Yanariel's already taken one and stowed it
Right.
away.
If there's
Gael's
no other
gonna use-
takers, I'll take the extra.
I will hang on to ours. I'm getting used to holding things. I found places that I can put things and it would hold them. It's very convenient.
Really, growing
You've
up
been in
hell,
prison
huh?
one day.
One day.
One day.
The North changes people, Oleg. North changes us.
Jesus.
Ken will hang his
DM,
head.
I have a question.
But it changes a
Yeah.
lot of people.
Is Finn looking
Brothers.
better than he was earlier?
Yeah, he is still, he's not like actively bleeding anymore. And he got a long rest like the rest of you, so he is looking better. He was still clearly like beat to shit yesterday, but
Yeah.
he is not on the brink of death.
Okay, cool. Good.
Gael's trying to figure out when she's going to do this tomorrow.
God damn it.
All right.
Finn,
anything?
Can I talk to you over in this corner of the
Uh,
6x6 cell?
Nice little space you have here, chickadee.
Ken's just leaning as far away as he can from them to give them privacy.
Why do you call me that?
He kind of gives you a half smile, and he kind of points. You have dark hair and pale cheeks. You look like a chickadee. But
That's adorable.
and he kind of gives a little more serious of a face. It gets cold up in the wards. Chickadees, they don't migrate with the rest of the songbirds. They're small, but they're tough. I'd take it as a compliment.
It's the nicest thing anyone said to me. So, listen. I need to eat. Otherwise, everybody might be in a little bit of danger here. Rush, I feel like I'll kill him. I think Oleg would kill me. I think Ken would kill me. If I even ate on Gael either. I don't know this Frost guy.
Probably kill you.
You'd probably kill me? Okay.
No, I said Frost. Frost would probably kill you.
Oh, yeah, Frost. Maybe. Who knows? So, you're kind of my only option here.
He gives kind of a serious look. Oleg will probably kill you anyways.
So I should eat Oleg?
Make a persuasion check for Finn.
Oh, what is that? It's a +4. 16.
Does it have to be tonight, right before we have to fight for our lives?
Hold on, let me see how long it's been since I ate.
Is the acrobat still there?
She
Damn it,
wandered
Kat.
off at some point.
Everybody's thinking with their.
She did blow you a kiss as she left.
Fuck. Okay.
This is not the time, you guys.
It'd have to be
There's
after.
an S
at the
on that. I
least.
want to point out. I felt like that was very individual.
What was that?
Like you added an S, you guys? I think that was guy without an S. I'm just
Yeah, just
Just a singular
No,
man.
a singular, not multiple.
It would have to be tomorrow after at the latest.
Let me talk to Oleg first. After the fight, if I'm still alive.
You will be. I'll make sure of it. I saved you once. I can save you again.
Tough little chickadee.
Someone's got to be.
And he just kind of sits down in the bars and just kind of pats the space next to him as you guys are just waiting for whatever comes next.
Can I lean back over from where I leaned away from their conversation and just look Finn dead in the eyes? He goes, does calling women birds work? If I call that tiefling a bird, will she respond well, or?
If you want her? You want me to help you with that?
No, oh no, nothing like no. I just he'll run away to the other side of the cage.
He kind of just shakes his head, but is still smiling.
Kyle judges.
Kyle judges silently. As you pass the rest of the night, the only way you're able to tell time is by the movement of people because the light is unchanging. So you do notice, though, that there is first the pickup of staff, the small imps that are moving about. They come around again and start moving. And then the crowd starts moving. And now they're not really milling about the bar so much. There are far fewer than there were yesterday. And those who are there are moved against the glass wall. And as they finally have kind of lingered there for maybe half an hour, people who got there well ahead of time, your cage begins moving in entirety. Your entire cage sliding soundlessly on this floor towards the glass wall. You feel as though you should have an impact and as though it should break, but you're able to pass right through it. And as you do, you are engulfed in sound. You hear a screaming crowd. There is now, for the first time, you're able to glimpse the immense amphitheater beneath you. There are tens of thousands of people in this stadium, and the noise is astounding. You can hardly hear yourself think for the cheering that is happening in the crowds. And amongst other areas, cages are coming out, and your cage begins as you see the other cages that have kind of come out of different boxes of different what you could assume are other bars that people were attending last night. You notice the cages are kind of lowering towards the center. When you look down in the center of the amphitheater, you see that you may as well be looking over a volcano. There is just a writhing sea of molten lava. Suspended over that by heavy chains is a platform, a metal platform that has been dusted with sand. There is an inner ring and then an outer ring, and the inner ring and outer ring are connected by 4 bridges. And that is where your cage is beginning to be lowered before it stops about halfway down. As it stops, your cage sways lightly as you are waiting suspended amongst all of these other creatures in cages that you see. And if you look to the end of the arena, you see amongst these spectators, there is a platform with a huge throne. There is a shadowed figure that you can't see sitting upon this huge chair, this huge seat. You see thousands of skulls surrounding the visage that you can't quite make out, the shadowy figure. There's around him, there's various monstrosities that you haven't seen. There's some imps that you've seen kind of working around, but at the base of this dais are just a variety of creatures here and there. And you see one of them you recognize, Alistair Stryx, as he kind of looks up at the shadowed figure, and having received some answer that you can't see, he steps up in a flourish to the area in front of the dais, his voice magically projecting over the crowd, which silences as he begins speaking. Demons and demonettes, aberrations, abominations, fiends and friends, we humbly welcome you to the 569th Carnarium Games. The next days promise to be a spectacle unlike anything you've ever seen or witnessed before. Bask in bloodshed, and the crowd just screams at this. Revel in the carnage, and again you hear screams echoing throughout, and savor the chaos. And the cheers now are just again ramped up to full speed. Now please join me in welcoming our host, the Prince of Pain, the Monarch of Misery, the Dignitary of Discord, Rakdos, Lord of Riots! And the crowd erupts like you have never seen before. And leaning forward now, coming out of shadows, is a colossal demon. He has 4 horns, 2 twisting upward and 2 coming forward. He has chains across a bare red chest connected with skulls. You can see that his horns almost twist like an ibex's would. He has studded gauntlets on and surrounded with flames. This is what you would think of as almost the quintessential picture of a huge demon. And as he leans forward, he tips his chin onto his hands and he smiles. And although he doesn't project his voice in the same way that Alistair did, his words are easily heard throughout the stadium. Entertain me. And that is where we're going to stop for today. Welcome to the Carnarium, everyone. You're there. You made it.
Oh, Mac did it.
All right.
Woo.
I saw it this time.
Woo.
Woo!
Welcome to the games, everyone.
I'm not okay.
I'm so fucking
All right.
scared.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait. It's gonna be good.
You could fit a lot of smites in this bad boy.
Wonder how Torn's doing.
Fuck him.
Anyway,
You know what? All I know in this life is that whatever Torn's doing is fuck Torin.
Yeah,
Hashtag
everybody
fuck
at
Torn.
home, remember #FuckTorn. Make it trend.
no, we
Make
don't
it
need to.
That's Torn with 1 R as I keep misspelling. So
Wow.
#fuck FUCK Torin TORIN.
Well, we're not family anymore, so I
Tag
don't
us.
expect you to spell it right. Anyway,
Mhm.
that was a fun one. I guess we're back next week as normally scheduled, but we'll see you then. So have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon. We'll tell you some more stories next time.
Thanks for
See
coming,
ya.
everybody.